Hello again then guys, welcome back to the channel. You join me on Sunday evening. I've been very late to start making this video. Obviously, it's an exciting day for us English people. See, I've got my top on. Still not too sure if I'm going to go down to the pub or not. Probably not the best idea, so might give it a miss, I'm not sure, but we'll see. But anyway, let's not worry about that. That's not what you're here to see. So today, or actually yesterday, I had a bit of a So I bought what I thought was a snow foam that was gentle to ceramic coated cars. Because mine has been ceramic coated, the Legacy is coated. But it turned out it was actually a quick application ceramic coat. So I've gone and sprayed it on the car, and then the jet wash I was at only accepted pound coins, and I had like £2 coins and a £2 coin. So it was £3 to use the jet wash, and I only had 2 actual pound coins that I could put in. The didn't accept any other coin. So what ended up happening is this sort of ceramic foam dried on the car, and well, let me go and show you what it's done. So from a distance, nothing looks too out of the ordinary. You can see the tailgate is all looks very nice, albeit a few little watermarks and a bit dusty. But when you get down here, you can see all these streaks and the dust. But those streaks will not come off. Well, they will, but at first I was thinking, oh no, I've had a bit of a problem here. So since I've done it, you can see down here it's all still there. It's quite like waxy almost. But since I've done that, after sort of giving it multiple washes to try and get it off, you can see up here it is all off pretty much. What I've ended up having to do is buff it off, which I don't know what that's going to do to the existing ceramic coat. May have taken a bit off, but all I'm using is water and my buffer, so hopefully it's not doing any damage. I'm not polishing it, it's just, I suppose all it's really doing is rubbing it in and spreading it out. I would do some more now, but the dust has sort of stuck to it all again, so I don't want to rub any more dust into it. So it's going to be a little bit of a doing it here and there to try and get it all off. See, I've got it all off this front wing here, and pretty much all off of the bonnet. But yeah, bit of a mistake on my part. You can see it on the window there. So yeah, bit annoying really. My fault. I didn't even read the bottle. I just assumed that I knew what it was. But yeah, so in terms of bodywork, yeah, we've had a little bit of a mishap, but you know, it's all right. It does come off, but it doesn't look great at the minute. So it's going to take me a couple of days doing it here and there to get it all off. I mean, I'm no bodywork expert, so I'm going to take my time and just make sure I do it right and don't cause any damage to the paint. But yeah, so there we are. You see, I did this one. This is the first wing that I sorted out, and it all looks fine. That's really hot. Been in the sun for a while. So yeah, but other than that little issue, the car's been driving great. Still no ticking noises, or not the same ticking noise. We do have a little ticking noise, weirdly, when you're sort of in traffic rolling up to a stop. But I think all that is you can hear, it's basically the exhaust manifold still blowing. So I think what I'm going to do fairly soon is I'm going to get that off again, and I'm going to, well, I suppose we'll try and set it up on the mill for a skim. and failing that, I'll see if Tom Upton can do anything with it. So yeah, yeah, if that doesn't work, we'll speak to Tom Upton down at Stop and Weld, see if he could maybe weld on some new flanges or do something like that. And then if we just, you know, make sure they're flat before refitting it all. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain. I want to get it sorted. You know, you could sort of not worry too much about an exhaust blow, and in a sense I haven't been too worried, but I do want to get it sorted out just so that I can be sure that it's okay. Because obviously with that blowing, the lambda sensor probably isn't quite getting a particularly accurate reading, so it's probably fueling not the greatest at the minute. But yeah, like I say, it's all been all good. And I think once we got that exhaust blow sorted out, it's going to be about time to book it in for a map. Like I said in the last video, I don't want to go for crazy power. I have briefly spoken to Duncan from Race Dynamics, quite a well-known Subaru tuner, and he thinks with the setup I've got, he doesn't see any reason why we can't hit that 300 mark. Not that I'm chasing power, as I've said before. 300 is a sort of idea, but if we don't get that, I'm not going to be disappointed. And really, I think all the main limiting factor is going to be the turbocharger. It's quite a little one, and like I said, I've lowered the compression, so I think with the old setup, the higher compression and the smaller turbo, that made up for the turbo being a bit smaller. So yeah, we may at some point have to think about putting a different turbo on it, but the turbo, the VF38 turbo that's on it, I did have hybrided when it got reconditioned, so that may make up for a little bit of the loss of, well, not loss, but lower compression. So yeah, don't know, what else do you guys want to see done with this car? Because at the minute, I really like the way that it handles. It's on Bilstein shocks and springs, but that's standard because this is a Spec B. So I don't think I want to mess about with the suspension. I quite like the height it sits at. It's got a little bit of a utility look to it as well as a sporty look, but it handles like a very sporty car. I like the wheels, although they could do with a recon. You can see down here on this one, see that paint coming off there, so they could ideally do with a recon. Nice bit of fresh silver on there. Don't think I'd change the colour. A lot of people put the bronze wheels on these, but I like silver, especially with this blue. So yeah, I think something that's potentially on the cards is some sort of mild induction kit. I don't want to go over the top and mess about with changing pipes and stuff, because when you start doing that, your MAF sensor isn't reading correctly and all of that sort of thing. So I don't want to change hoses as such, but maybe a nice panel filter. They do an STI performance one that I can get for this, which might be nice. Maybe a blow off valve, I don't know, or some sort of way to get a bit of turbo noise going on. I think that's what I would like, but I'm not sure exactly what that will entail. But yeah, I like the exhaust that's on it. I think it makes a great noise. Obviously need to get that blow sorted, but they are STI Genome exhaust. I think it's an STI back box. I think Genome is, you can sort of see it there, you see the pink on the side, but Genome is like their sort of official aftermarket products. So it's made by or commissioned by STI, but it's aftermarket. So yeah, I think as well I need to maybe do a gearbox oil change and see what I can do about servicing the diffs. The oil levels are all right, and we did have to top up the front diff and I think the rear diff as well, actually, but only slightly. So they may be a little bit leaky. So I'm gonna probably get it up on the ramp fairly soon and just check everything over again. It's been a few weeks now. I think I've been driving it a week and a half since we had the ticking problem. And yeah, it's probably about time I get it up on a ramp and check underneath again. So that's probably what I'm going to do next. I think we're in the clear now and it's all running nicely. I think what I'll do in the next video is I'm going to go out with my friend Curtis again, the one who's got the Honda Civic Type R, the FN2. So yeah, I'll go out with him and try and get a bit of footage of the cars driving. His Civic's really nice. He's just had it painted by his brother, who is actually the same guy that's doing Lee's BMW. So yeah, I think that's going to be about it for today. But like I say, in the next one, I'll try and get some footage, maybe some POV footage and some more cinematic stuff of the car. So we're getting there. There's always going to be stuff to do with this car, I think. I'm going to also be sorting out a radio fairly soon. Probably for now, I'm going to get one of those units which you mount sort of in there, just on the dash, because that's going to be sort of the quickest way for me to get some music playing in the car. Because as good as the exhaust sounds, I don't think my missus likes it too much, and she would like some music while we're driving about. So yeah, I think that's going to be about it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.